at doing many hours, but potentially days of testing.
The test questions are intense, trying to get into the mind of an accused killer. Tonight, a psychologist shows us just how difficult it is. One of the most notorious in Nashville accused Waffle House shooter Travis Ranking is fit for trial.
It is a decision the entire Antioch community has been waiting to hear. News 4's Kim St. Ange is live in Nashville. Kim, you found this is a long and thorough process.
I think thorough is the perfect word to describe this, Tom. So before a lot of accused criminals can even step foot inside a courtroom for their trial, they have to take several of these tests. These are very detailed. We're talking 600 questions each in some cases.
Part of schizophrenia.
It's the diagnosis that brought Travis Ranking's murder trial to a screeching halt.
You know, you're going to treat them very differently if they're acting off of a paranoid delusion as opposed to if they're acting off a personality defect.
Dr. Lee Van Horn is a clinical psychologist with Athena Consulting in Nashville. She's tested the mental competency of at least 10 accused criminals.
Look for some, relatively potentially minor things like depression and anxiety, but we would also be looking at psychotic disorders.
Most mental competency tests involve 4 steps: a clinical review, which goes over everything from mental health and medical history to drug abuse, an IQ test, a psychological test, and what's called a malingering test to see if the person is faking.
If they're intelligent enough, they know we're assessing whether or not they're faking it. It's not easy to fake it at all.
When it's a high-stakes case like the Waffle House shooting, there's usually several rounds of intense testing.
Because I can say, this person is suffering from paranoid schizophrenia and active delusions, and that judge might still say that they're competent to stand trial.
Well, Ranking's case, as you know, moving right forward. It's going to be handed over to the grand jury, and then we expect it to go to trial. This is a major step forward here. I want to mention psychologists, they're able to show us the name of the test. They can't actually show us the test questions. They say that's for a lot of reasons. One of the biggest ones, anyone who would be taking that test, they don't want them to see those questions beforehand. Tom, Tracy.
Kim St. Ange, live tonight. Kim, thank you. This decision, by the way, is a bit of a surprise. Ranking was not set to have another court evaluation until February. Families of all of the victims were made aware of the decision yesterday.